right, we're getting cozy on daytime.
Hi there.
Hi, J-Man.
I'm J-Man.
Yeah, yes, I'm Lois. And we're doing
I'm Lois, I'm married.
Oh.
Aw, dun, dun, dun. Well, we have a really special guest for you next. A lot of people go the distance for causes that they believe in, and that's definitely true of our next guest. His name is Sean Collins, and he's cycling across Canada, coast to coast, for Child Haven International. Really great story, and he's here with us today. Hi, Sean.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Well, no, we really love having you here because this is just a stop along your route to
That's
Halifax.
Right. That's correct, yeah.
So when did you start your trip, and why did you start your trip?
Well, first of all, before I started my trip, it's been on my bucket list to cycle across this wonderful country that we have. And I always figured that I would do it when I retired. Right. But unfortunately, I'm still working as a high school teacher, and I still haven't retired.
Unfortunately, he's still a high school teacher.
The clock is running, so I figured if I'm going to do it, I better do it. And so I've been planning it for the last 6 months, and I started on June 28th in Vancouver.
Right.
So far, what's the most beautiful thing that you've seen?
You know what, the most beautiful thing that I've seen, and it's very simple, is the people that I've met along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there one person or story that sticks out?
There's several. There's several, and I'm not sure if I should go into any of them. For example, in coming out of one of the towns the other morning, Studbury, they were doing some road construction, and I hit a bump, and I lost one of my panniers off my bike, and I didn't realize it. And I was 63 kilometers out the highway when I pulled over to get something to eat and drink, and I realized one of my panniers is missing. I just happened to meet a woman who was dropping off her kid at a farm, and she said, "Oh, hop in." She said, "I'll take you back the road, and we'd look for it." And she drove me all the way back to Sudbury, and I found it right where it fell off.
Oh my goodness.
And I had all my support stuff in it, and all the things that I needed along the way. So people like that, I mean, they really touch me.
Right, and you're supporting, through all of this, Child Haven International.
That's correct.
Why that organization in particular?
I found out about Child Haven some years back through some friends of mine in Calgary, and basically I'm supporting Child Haven because they're what I call a pretty bare bones charity. Every bit of money that they raise goes right directly to their cause, and they're also a locally based charity out of Ottawa here, based out in Maxville, which is just east of the city here, and it's it's run by two people who are have received recipients of the Order of Canada for their humanitarian work, and it's just a great little organization. It's a small, lightweight charity that goes to the core of what they're doing and gets the work done.
Right, and it's amazing because they work in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and in Tibet, and they help women and children who have no other place to go.
That's
really.
right. That's right. They have these homes set up in these countries, and a lot of these children and women are destitute, and they take them in, and they do amazing work in the areas of nutrition, education, vocational training, etc., and they basically set these kids up for life.
So there's two types of difficulties. Obviously, the ones that you just mentioned for the children, but I mean, obviously, making this trip, it's a difficult trip to make. And so, is there something you think about? I know what your inspiration is, but is there a thought that maybe you go back to, like, what's your happy place when you're feeling like today is just not a good day?
You're out there on your own, and one of the things that I realized as I came across the country is that there's nobody living in this country. Like coming through parts of northern Ontario and the prairie provinces, and there's nobody. And in some cases there isn't even roads leading off the main highway, and all there is bush, and you're very much alone. But for me, my happy place is usually I know where I'm going to stop at night. And
They change.
I'm usually pretty drained when I get to where I stop, because I'm averaging around 180, 190, 200 kilometers a day. And that's kind of my happy place. And of course, my other happy spot is thinking back to my family. My wife is going to come and meet me in Ottawa, and she's already supported me between Vancouver and Calgary. And she's going to meet me in Quebec City and support me right to the end in Halifax.
That's amazing. And speaking of your family, I mean, what was their initial reaction?
Oh, God.
when they heard that you were going to do this?
It almost led to a divorce.
Oh, no.
Good story. Good question.
But because my wife, she really didn't think that I was going to do it, when she realised that yes, he's going to do it, and so she said, figured I might as well support him now and help him through it, so she's been very, very supportive.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and making sure that you came in today here in Ottawa to tell us your great story. Now, everyone out there can support Child Haven International by going to their website.
That's right.
And
childhaven.ca.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you so much, Lois.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you, James.
Very good to meet you, and good luck with the last leg.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it because my wife will be with me. So
Oh, that's so sweet. Did you hear
Yeah, I
that?
did.
He's a sweetheart on top of that. Go support Sean. Go support Child Haven International.
Am I going crazy? I hear music.
Oh yeah, that means it's the end of the show. So, J-Man, thank you so much for coming in today. This has been
no
a lot
problem.
of fun.
I just noticed how much I blend in with these pillows right here.
Well, you blend in with me too. It's been a lot
thanks.
of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Love
much.
to do it anytime.